Hello everyone. This is second part. We are going to present SAP interview questions from our end. So these questions may be asked for beginner level or 1 to 2 years or 3 years level. Questions will be asked. Such kind of questions will be asked. Let me go through one by one question. Like, what are all the MRP procedures are available in MMCBP? Like, you can find that in MRP one tab. If I get into SAP screen, so I'll just show you the material. This is the material. If I choose MRP, now this in this material there is no MRP view. I'll get into MM01. I create MRP view. So I'll take the plant number and click here. So you can see here, these are the MRP types are there. Like ND means no planning, and PD means forecast consumption. Then VB, can see the VB for reorder point planning, and seasonal MRP, focus based planning. There are different type of MRP are there. Standard MRP, which can be used. Okay. Most of the different type of MRP, which you can see, replenishment, time based, phased, all this, right? It will take their production team will have more idea about all this MRP types compared to like metal management. Okay. Next, I'll just go through the. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the next question is about what is vendor evaluation, how do you maintain it. This is about how much score you're assigning to a particular vendor, and the score is on a scale of 1 to 100 based on the different criteria. Okay, so there is a transaction ME61 is used in a GUI. If you have a Fury, then you can go with the Fury app. Example, I'll just show in GUI only. So this is the purchase organization and the vendor. If you want to maintain some with this vendor supplier evaluation, then you should pass the particular vendor and purchase organization combination. I think this vendor is not in 1710. I'll just take the vendor from 1710. There's a vendor. System settings for purchase organization is incomplete. Okay, some setting is not done properly. There will be some setting. So to maintain that criteria and all, you have to do all that settings. I think this is not set up properly. Okay, I think it needs some setting. So that will be a procedure to be followed. At least this procedure is followed, then only you can able to do that, because I did not try this one. So once I try this, then I'll present it. Okay, and sorry, I'll just close this tab. This is not required. I'll just only keep one tab. Okay, these all tab can be closed. Okay, so what is meant by scales in SAP MM? So scales are managed to procure a material where you can take example of some number of like pieces are more pieces are procured, then price will be lesser, and if the quantity is less, then there will be price will be more. So how to manage that? You should get into info record that you can manage that. Example, if I get into ME12, it is changed. So I'll choose this material 200 1092. Notice the vendor number. I'll just choose that 1710. Okay, so I'll just take all the plant purchase organized here. I'll show this particular screen. Vendor number, I'll choose from here. Okay, what is the vendor number here? 15601. Okay, so when I get into this conditions, okay, this is purchase info record. There you should choose the validity period. If you have multiple validity period, you can add here new validity period here, or you can take the validity with the reference also. Just I'm choosing this validity period, and here I can choose this condition type. PB00 has this much price. And there's an icon you can see here, scales. Click on this, and you can find here 100 pieces, then 50 INR, and 500 pieces like that 40 INR. Like that is the cost you can see. This is the scale quantity, the amount you can maintain here. Okay, so this is about scales. And then I'll be talking about how to flag a material for deletion. So definitely MM06 is a transaction to uh, put go for deletion indicator. So when you enter MM06, then you can see here, if you enter the store location here, it will show all the material level, plant level, store location level. You can put all this deletion indicator and you can save it. Okay, so saved it. Next time, whenever I get into MM03 or user is getting to MM03 with this material, and if they choose any purchasing level, this client number, then it will show deletion flag set at client level like that. Okay, that's it. Then what is next? How can we create new valuation, new transaction codes in SAP? New transaction code can be created using the code SE93. When you type SE93 here, so it will take you to the screen where you can create the new transaction code. Okay, example, if I want to create MM01 new transaction code, then create here. Okay, like this, I can choose this start subject and can go for the creation, but I have to fill this. This is customized material master. Okay, see, so I got this dialog transaction where I should choose this program screen number, because I'm not into function technical side, like who has technical experience like coding level and all, right? They know which program can be chosen, and even if you know which program has working for MM01 transaction, that can be copied here. The screen number or everything will be taken here, then you can save it. Okay, I don't know any program here. I just choose something here. It is not available. Anyway, that you can check with your ABAP. Okay, then sorry, I'll get into this. What is meant by batches? Batches are like, it's a example. You just imagine there will be total stock of material. It represents some homogeneous unit which has unique specification. Like separately, you have to group that into some batches, maybe based on the production time, or maybe the shelf life, whatever it is. You are going to put a batch, or if you are going to use that batch to a customer or selling to that customer, and they'll be aware about if something goes wrong or something defect come up, it will come back and you can easily identify which batch it was produced. So this is again the batch number has in a different levels, like on client level, one is an under material and plant combination level, and last one is material number level. The three levels of batch numbers can be specified. There is a transaction code MSE1N to create a batch manually, or you can create batch numbers when you are receiving the goods automatically also. How to handle free items in a PO or also a return PO? While creating a PO, you can see this checkbox here. So return items, if you check this, then definitely it's a PO for return delivery. If you check this free item, then whenever you're creating any PO which is free of cost, there is no cost involved. What information maintained in accounting view of material? It's a very good question. It's a simple, it looks simple, but you should know what all the fields are maintained in the accounting view about valuation class, price control, what is moving average price, what is a standard price, what is the price unit, how you can maintain this price, standard price and moving average price, how the system will calculate total stock and total value here. So all these things you should know. And after maintaining this, how exactly it is going to help you like in the business, like it is helping for the its linkage between this OBOIC setting and valuation class. Okay. Then what is the use of material types? This is also a simple question, but you should know how to answer it. Based on the material type, you can differentiate like the properties and all, whether it is raw material or semi finished or finished kind of, or its packaging or services or any hype material. There are different kind of materials in different businesses. That food material type, for the beverages and all, you have different kind of materials that you can choose accordingly while creating the material in the system, and which will help you. The material type will have different views when you get into SAP. Then if you get into MM01, we'll have a different views. Example, if I enter here, you can find these views are here, right? So if you get into some FERT here, FERT, so finished will have sales view here, right? Sales view are mandatory for FERT. Purchasing is not mandatory. So how you can see all this different type of material types in the system by going through the transaction OMS2. OMS2 will have all the list of standard material type. Also, if you have customized any material type, then you can see here. Example, if I type ROH, so this ROH material has these views. The views are selected here. Accordingly, this selection that will be shown in the front end. Okay. In case you want to customize something, need to remove some storage, basic data or something, brand stock sales, don't change here. Whenever you're learning or whenever you're copying and doing so many changes in the material type, always copy and create new, and then you just play with this kind of checkbox, all that, how it looks in the front end. Okay. Then what about multiple line items of like if you have a multiple line items, whether it is possible to release the PO by line item level? No, it's not possible, because the purchase order always it's external document. We are releasing in the header level, and even SAP has given option to manage release strategy in the header level only. What is an invoice verification? Invoice verification is like complete when you have a material procurement process, right? Process is done, then definitely you have to pay the vendor, or if any credit memo is there, that to be processed. And invoice verification like which is done based on the respect to your price and quantity, and you are going to compare the goods receipt and purchase order which is there in the system. You're going to compare both, and you're going to do the invoice verification in Miro transaction in SAP. You can see this. So if I get into Miro transaction, you can see that how to use this particular transaction. For the invoice, you can choose invoice. If you're going with the credit memo, then use credit memo. Then subsequent debit, subsequent credit. There are 4 options are there. These are the 4 standard options are available in SAP. Okay. I can show some table also for invoice verification. The table which is RBKP. So RBKP will give a header level result, like whatever invoice got posted. So that will be stored under RBKP, and RSEG will be showing the details of invoice, which is like line item level data will be stored in RSEG. Okay, you can take this 2 table, RBKP and RSEG, for the invoice verification data will be stored in this particular the table, or you can run a report to see all the list of invoice verification invoices which is there in the system. It's checking a little more time. Let me stop this and go to SC16N, and I'll put only some 5 entries here and execute. Let's get only 5 entries in the system, and this is a year. You can see the fiscal year, which year it got posted. If I want to see this, just copy this invoice number and go to MIR4, which will give the single invoice to display like this. Okay, which is invoice which is posted, and you can see here the quantity and all, the price, everything here, what the price, the quantity, and which PO it got posted, Okay, GST partner, all these things available here. Okay, in case you want to see all the list in the front end, MIR5 will help you to see all the list of invoices posted. If I enter 2022 year, if I execute here, right, this will give all the invoices. I'll just remove the company code. I'll just execute. I can see these many invoices got posted in the system. Okay, the quickly this report is displayed, right? This is HANA system. If you see an ECC, then definitely it would take some few seconds to execute. But see, there are like this much of entry was there, so able to get it quickly. If I want to see 2021 invoices, see, it's very quick compared to ECC. The HANA database is very quick, and you can display the result very quickly in report. If I get like, if I enter like all the 3 years data, 2021 and 2022, so it will pick up all the report, all the details which executed in the year 2020, 21, 22. Then it's a huge, see, there's huge data. So when ECC, we cannot get such kind of data quickly. So if you add all these fields here in the first initial screen, definitely the data output will be very quick in a HANA system. Okay. Then I'll be talking about why would an organization need to allow a negative stock. This is the activity which business will follow when negative stocks are necessary when goods issues are entered necessarily in the process where material are already located physically in the warehouse. Okay, then you can go with that negative stock process. Okay, and you can see that negative stock in SAP by running MB52 transaction. Example, if I get into MB52, okay, here, so there is an option to choose display negative stocks only. This checkbox, if you do, and if you add your plant number and store locations, right, you can get the list of all the negative stock with respect to that plant and store location. What is the price control indicator? Yeah, this is already explained in accounting view. You can find two price indicator, which is price control S and B. When you choose S, price control, it's standard, and B is a moving average price. When you go with yes, right, then all the standard if the price of the material is yes, and you maintain the price in Metal Master as 100 INR, like, or 100 USD, then you order or receive some goods for the same cost, then there's no additional account will hit. But when something lesser or more, then there will be price variance account will be hitting during the goods received time. That PRD account will be there. In case of moving average price, definitely system will calculate moving average price based on the number of quantity and price variation. Like if there are different goods are received and has the price for unit is different, then the total stock and value will be there, then formalize like total value by total quantity. The system will calculate the moving average price. How do you set automatic account assignment in SAP MM? There are few steps to be followed. You can see here the OBI settings are properly done. System finds its current GL account, and you should follow chart of accounts, valuation grouping code with the transaction code OMWD, and you should know all the transaction key which is involved. Then account grouping or account modifier only for the offset entries or consignment liabilities or differences. There are three a set of things you can find this account modifier. Okay, GBB, KON, PRD. This transaction event key is used, then that time you can go with the account modifier. Then in case of like you find there will be like, what I can say, valuation class of material, whether it is split valuation, right? Then you it is like determination of all this account determination is based on the valuation class. This is a basic prerequisite which we maintain in the Metal Master level. Okay, what is transaction keys while selecting OBYC? Setting OBYC, since each movement type is used assigned to a valuation string, which in turn is identified with the transaction key. Like in the sense, every movement type has like value string, and even there will be a transaction key which is assigned. From there only system will identify what transaction key should hit during goods receipt, goods issue, goods transfer, or moving the stock to blocked stock. Or see, in some cases there is no accounting document will hit, right? So that is that all the things are maintained in the SAP system. Okay, here you can see all the examples which are predefined transaction keys in the system: BSX, WRX, PRD, UMB, GBB. And why these BSX, WRX, PRD are relevant for a GR with reference to purchase order for material with the standard price control. In the case of standard price control, you can find these three. In case of moving average price, then only you can see BSX and WRX. And UMB is used when the standard price has changed and the movement type posted to a previous period. Okay, and GBB is used to identify the GL account to post as the offsetting entry to the stock account when there is no referencing purchase order, such as miscellaneous goods receipt, goods issue for sales order with no account assignment and scrapping, etc. There are different kind of the moment will happen, right? That time GBB will come into picture. What is cost center? The T code used is KS01, and this is into a controlling side. I can say cost center accounting is used for controlling purpose. The organization unit within a controlling area which represent a defined location of cost incurrence. For example, a department can be a cost center for recording all expenses. Example, you're talking about any respective department or any business where you are taking this is a cost center which is doing some business, under this cost center some business is going to happen. Then definitely any cost incurred will be that is set some for that. There will be a cost center will be created, and whenever you are doing any goods issue, then you're using that cost center, and that consumption of the material and the value will be referred with the reference to that cost center. Profit is like what is profit center? It's a evaluates the profit or loss of the individual or the independent areas within the organization. Profit center is an organizational unit in controlling to recognize your profit. Profit center is attached to a material master at plant level. So KE51 is a transaction to create a profit center. What are some of the more important material management tables are used? MARA, MARCI, MARDI, MBW, MAKT, MAST, MER, LFA1, LFB1, LFM1, EANA, EANA, EBAN, EBKN, EKKO, EKPO, EKKN, EKB. So let me show few of the tables in SAP screen. If you go to SC69, so you can type here MARA, general material data, MARCI, the plant data, MARDI, storage data, and this is accounting, and then MAKT is description, material description, and MEBR is for material consumption, MAST for material to be bomb link, and then you can get into LFA1 for the supplier selection, LFB1 vendor master company code level, and LFM1 vendor master purchasing organization level. Then there will be a EBAN purchase requisition, EBKN. So if you will not able to answer this question, what is a EBKN, like how this account assignment will be stored, which table, which is EBKN. Then EKPO, purchasing document item, EKKO, header level, then EKKN, account assignment, then EKB, purchasing history, then MSEG, material document segment, document segment material, and MKPF is header level, and RSEG, invoice, incoming invoice document item, and RBKP, I think, sorry, RBKP for invoice receipt, and then CDHDR for header level change document. Just I'll show this. What is CDHDR? See, if any changes happen, then there will be a document number will generate here in the system, and it will get stored which time, which T code changes, all that. It's header level, and CDPOC is item level. So you can get this object value, table key, file, change, all these details can be shown in the CDPOs. And PRCD, some element is there. Let me search. So PRCD element, which is for pricing. So when you execute this, it will give all the condition and condition type, valid, and amount, basis value. This all details you can find here. Okay, in this PRCD elements. Okay, I hope I have covered all the tables. NAST is for output status, message status. If I execute here, you can see NU message type and partner, role, created on, created at, all these details you can find. Message transmission media, then time, send date. These are all details you can see in NAST table. Okay. Then what about T156 and T1560? T156 for all the movement type. If you execute, you can see all the movement type here, and you can see all this indicator, debit and credit indicator, and GR block stock, selection parameters. Okay, you can see this details here. If you want to see all the text for the material movement, example, if you want to get like movement type with their text, you can get it from here. And that's it for the table. These are the major table you can recall, or you can keep in your mind whenever you want. Immediately you can get into these tables. What is reservation? Reservation is like what? Like you're going to create some reservation for the future, like in the sense, if you want to procure something for some requirement, then there will be a reservation created in the system. And if any project requirement is there, or something for the production or from the sales, whatever business they are, they're planning to get some requirement from the outside, then they will create some reservation in the system. Then what about indirectly created and directly created purchase requisition? So I'll show it in the system itself instead of explaining here. If I get into the system, so when I open ME23N, or sorry, ME53N, so I'll open one particular purchase requisition. When you come to the status tab, okay, here you can see contact person. Sorry, contact person tab. So you can select this option, right? You can see here SAP APO. So in HANA only you can see this SAP APO option. If you get into ECC, then you'll not find that. Let me show that also. If I get into ME53N, so I'll get into this item levels, contact person. So here, if I see, okay, it is there in the ECC also. So I was not aware of that, but okay. So that in the HANA system, I just observed it is there, and ECC also it is there. SAP APO, MRP, direct procurement, external requirement, production order. There are different set of selections are there, self-service procurement. Okay, so if it is manually, then it will be showing us create manual. Example, if I get into creation of ME20 51N, so system will show this status. So now item is not selected. I'll just choose some material here. I'll take one product here. Okay, when I get into contact person, so here it is showing real-time manual. Automatically it is choosing. I'm not choosing anything here, right? So if anything is generated from MRP or from SAP, IBP, APO, or from sales, or from plant maintenance or project system, from different system, if they generate any purchase requisition, then it will be showing with respect to that only. So how this from how this all purchase requisition will generate, I'll tell you some simple example. From the sales order, generate PR, and there will be a work order from the plant maintenance. You can get a purchase requisition, and production order, like when you need some from the outside, then purchase requisition will be generated. From the network order, which is from the PS project system. This is PS, PP, then PM, then SD. So different department will raise the purchase requisition for the to procure some raw material from outside. Okay. And then how to deactivate vendor so that it cannot be used for further. Yeah, definitely you can put deletion indicator, deletion flag for the vendor, which you can do for all company code or single company code, all purchase organization, single purchase organization. You have that authorization do through SAP system. Like if you go to SK606, okay, here it is obsolete in the let's check for HANA system. What is the transaction code? Let me open metal management, master the purchasing, master data, vendor. So here I should check. See here, SK06 is flagged, like this is obsolete. Okay, now we have to go with, I think, BP only, not like with SK06, but in ECC that is flagged through SK06. Okay, thank you